guys, Chad here from CNR Reviews. Got a new gun today and we're going to be doing a comparison video. As you guys see here, we have the Kahr CM9. As far as I'm concerned, one of the best 9mm subcompact carry weapons that you can buy versus brand spanking new Beretta Nano 9mm. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a size and feature comparison. We're also going to be weighing the guns, and then we're going to be talking about price. And let's go ahead and let's start with features. We'll go ahead and start with the CM9 because it's pretty basic. CM9 just relies on a really long trigger pull as its safety. It's very similar to what the majority of subcompacts rely on. I'll go ahead and show you that trigger pull. It's nice and smooth, crisp, clean break. Other than that, as far as features goes, it's got 3-dot combat sights, and it usually comes with one 6-round magazine. So you have usually a capacity of 6+1. Fortunately, I do not have the 6-round mag with me. I only have the 7-rounder. So for today's comparison, we're just going to pretend we have it, and when we weigh the guns, they say that the standard 6-round mag weighs about 1.9 ounces, so we're going to add that to the total of the weapon. Other than that, you have a simple slide release. It's also the takedown lever, pushed out very similar to a 1911. This gun is phenomenal. It's a very nice weapon. As I said, you can get an extended mag for it, so you can actually get all 3 fingers on there. But if you're going to do that, you're kind of falling into the same territory as the CW9, which is his bigger brother. Other than that, this is a phenomenal weapon. Let's talk about features on the Nano. Now the Nano also has very basic features. As you guys can see, it doesn't even have a slide release. It does have a, I believe it's a firing pin disconnect where you can press it and it'll disconnect the firing pin for you instead of having to pull the trigger. Also relies on the same concept of a very long heavy trigger pull. It's got something very similar to the Glock trigger and the Springfield XD's trigger with that little tiny nub on there. Very long pull, very heavy, and a very crisp, clean break. Very nice 3-dot combat sights, and that's about it. These guns are very basic, and they're basic for a reason. It's that simple, stupid type of scenario where you have the simplicity. The more simplistic a weapon is, the easier it is to be able to shoot. It's not, you're not getting convoluted when you have safeties and all this other stuff. It's just very basic, and it makes it easy to handle the weapon and be able to present it and fire without having to think a lot. It's very easy to train with as well. Now these guys come with 2 6-round magazines. Now that's actually pretty nice because remember the CM9 only comes with 1. The Beretta gives you 2, and so you have the same capacity, 6+1. Other than that, guys, let's check out the size of these guys because they look very similar if you guys can see them sitting here. And I would have to say, as far as comparison goes, the Nano is going to be most comparable to the CM9. So let's go ahead and let's line these guys up. And there you go. They are extremely close. It almost looks like they're identical, but I believe the Beretta is just a hair taller. And as you can see in width, they're also extremely similar. So there's not going to be that much of a difference. Even the grips, look at that. I mean, they're basically the same. So as far as size goes, they're very similar. One thing I will say is when you take apart the Nano, which we are going to actually take apart this Nano, we're going to see if we can get the Kahr down too. We're going to measure the components because there's extra weight on the Nano that the CM9 does not have. So let's go ahead and let's do that, guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the scale, and it is on ounces. Okay, guys, so now we're going to go ahead and weigh the Kahr CM9, and remember, the weight is all going to depend on the size of the bullets that you plan on carrying. If you carry 147 grain, the gun's going to weigh more. If you carry a 90 grain Powerball hollow point, the gun's going to weigh less. I believe these are 115 grain gold dots, so let's go ahead and let's put 7 of these guys on to the scale. Oops. Flying one there. And the weight comes out to be 18.1 ounces. Now remember, we're missing the 6-round magazine, and that is 1.9 ounces according to Kahr's website. So that would make the total weight of this gun 20 ounces exactly. So 20 ounces for the Kahr. And I think that's actually that's pretty reasonable. That's a very light gun for the amount of capacity that it has. And like I said, we will be weighing the slide and the frame here in just a second. But let's try the Beretta first. I do have the magazine here. Now again, 6+1. Let's go ahead and put this guy down. So a total of 7 rounds. And the weight is 22.9 ounces. So the Beretta is going to be 2.9 ounces heavier than the Kahr. Now these are both polymer pistols, but from what I've noticed, the Nano is considerably heavier when it comes to the polymer. So let's go and let's take apart the gun real quick. Make sure the gun is pressed. Okay. We have the slide, barrel, and spring assembly, and then we have the normal frame. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with the Kahr. See if we can get this guy to take down just with our fingers. Yay! Okay. And same thing. So let's go ahead and let's weigh the polymer frames and lowers. So the polymer lower on the Beretta is 5.2 ounces, and the polymer lower on the Kahr is 3.6 ounces. So remember, they're 2.9 ounces heavy for the Beretta. That's where that weight is coming from, is from that heavier polymer. Let's just check out the similarities between the slides. The Beretta is 13.1 ounces with the barrel and the spring, and the Kahr is 11.3 ounces. So there's a little bit difference too inside of the slide. So the slide on the Beretta is considerably heavier. And so then, now remember, the magazine on the Kahr is 1.9 ounces in weight, and the magazine on the Beretta is 1.6, or 1.7, I'm sorry. It finally zeroed itself down. So that to me, guys, is pretty comparable. As far as size goes, as you guys can see, they're almost identical in size. And as far as width and everything, they're very similar. The main difference was the lower and a little bit on the slide. Let's go ahead and get this guy put back together. And these are, again, on loan. The CM9 is from my buddy Jerry. And thank you, Jerry, for letting us use this. I really appreciate it. There's the Kahr, do function test on it. Let's go and put back the Nano. As you can see, they're both very simplistic designs. They're very easy to get back. And there we go, function test on the Nano. So we've checked the features, we've done the size comparison, we've checked the weights, we even took the guns apart, checked the components, see how much they weighed. Let's go and let's talk about price. Now, price on these guys is going to be very similar. I have seen the Nanos because they are brand new, and they've been out now for around 4 to 6 months, somewhere around there. But these guys I still see all the way up to $450, depending on who you're buying them from. A big box store easily is in the $450 range. I've seen them go on sale for $420. I actually bought this one for $379. I was very happy with it. I thought that was a great deal for this gun, especially when they're giving you 2 magazines and a nice case, the typical Beretta case. Now the Kahr you can find for $420, $450 as well, depending on who you're buying it from. But I have seen these guys go for significantly less as well. These guys have been out for well over a year, and you can easily find them for around $360, $370. And I think that's a pretty fair price if you're looking around. Anything below $400 for this gun is going to be great. Remember, it only does come with 1 magazine. If you add a second mag, be prepared to pay at least $35 to $40, and good luck finding them. You probably will have to order them because they're hard to find at the big box stores or anywhere. So it's all going to depend on what you're looking for. Now again, these both have very similar safety features. They're both super similar in size, and I think either one of these guns, guys, if you're looking for something that's pretty lightweight, it's something that's going to be that you can carry, that doesn't have a very small capacity. I mean, 7 rounds is a decent enough capacity, and I really like, again, how Beretta gives you that extra magazine so you can carry both mags fully loaded, and then you literally have 13 rounds to go to town with if it's necessary. So check out both these guns. We will be having some more videos on the Beretta Nano. Like I said, this is brand new for us, And we will have comprehensive videos of the gun, doing rapid fires, different comparison videos. We have a ton of videos already with the CM9, basically comparing it to other guns such as the LC9, the Glock 26. We've done rapid fires and stuff. And if you have any questions regarding either one of these guns, feel free to ask. This is Chad from CNR Reviews. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a good day.